Alright, so we're taking a look at Sharky here, and your UVs are set up a little differently than those in the book. So we're going to go over why that's happening and how you can fix it. Basically, what you have going on right now is a seam here on the side of Sharky, going down Sharky's side. Okay, that's kind of what is represented here. Basically, you can think of this area. This is representing the dorsal fin, okay, and these right here are the pectoral fins, okay, and then those smaller fins near Sharky's tail are these guys right here, okay. So basically, anywhere that you've got edges on this UV map, you'll have a seam on your actual shark model, okay? So basically what that means is when we're painting Sharky, or once he's all the way painted, there will be areas where you'll be able to really clearly see sort of a break in the smoothness of the texture, okay? So anywhere where you're seeing these outer edges is where that seam is going to be. So obviously, you know, when our shark is swimming around, we don't want anyone to see this great big seam down the side, because you know, kind of breaks the illusion. So we try the best we can to either avoid seams or to place them in areas where people are less likely to look, okay? So, you know, kind of like, if you can imagine a stuffed animal, you know, they pretty much there are seams that are sewn into the animal, and they're placed in such a way that they're not obvious or as inconspicuous as possible. Okay, so with that in mind, in the book we have set up where the seam is actually running right down the center of the underside of Sharky, okay, being a place that people are not likely to look in our animation unless we're animating a shot where we're looking up at Sharky, in which case we would put the seam somewhere else. But for the purposes in this class, you know, we'll probably be looking at Sharky from an angle like this, alright? So we won't be able to see this underneath part of Sharky, okay? So basically the underside here, this center line, is kind of where we want to split it, which is represented on our UV texture editor, which is kind of right here, right? This line that just kind of goes right up the center there. So we want to actually have this center line be our outside edge, okay? And the other side of this center line, this area over here, should actually be over on this side and create our other outside edge, okay? So let's go ahead and just kind of reset those UVs. I'm going to keep the UV texture editor open while we're doing it, so you can kind of see the different effects that we have control over while we're creating our UVs. Okay, I'm going to make it a little smaller though, so it doesn't take up so much room. So let's go ahead and start setting it up. We're just going to make a new UV set for it, alright? So just go ahead and make sure that you have Sharky selected, alright, in object mode. And make sure that you have polygons selected from the menu up here, okay? And then we're just going to go to create UVs up at the top. We're going to choose cylindrical mapping. Okay, so once we do that, we get this really wacky looking set of UVs. That is because basically Maya is taking a picture of Sharky going around this way as represented by this circle. So it's taking everything that it's seeing from multiple angles here in this direction and using that to kind of create sort of a stretched out version of how it's seeing Sharky from these angles, okay? So obviously we don't want that. So we're going to adjust this a little bit, alright? So first thing that we'll deal with, and you'll want to come over to your channel box / layer editor over here, alright, so that we can kind of see what kind of attributes we have to deal with here, okay? And let's see, let's go ahead, and first thing you might notice is that this circle area, at least these bottom and top bars here, are actually only going around one side of Sharky. They're not going all the way around. So with our UV maps at the moment, we're really only getting a picture of one side of Sharky, okay? We're not mapping the other side. So of course we want to map all of Sharky. So we're going to change this from 180, which represents 180 degrees, or a semicircle, to 360, which is going to change this to a full circle going all the way around Sharky, okay? So that's kind of the first thing we want to deal with. Now also, we don't really want to go around Sharky in this direction, really we kind of want to look at him going all the way around from this direction. Alright, so kind of wrapping around the length of Sharky, okay? So we're going to rotate our UV maps as well, okay? So it's going to be Z that we're rotating in. I'm going to go to Rotate Z right here, and I'm just going to rotate that by 90 degrees. And you can see as soon as I have done that, my circle has popped into an orientation where it's kind of almost like a tunnel that Sharky is swimming through, alright? So it's going and taking pictures, going around the body, looking at Sharky from different angles, okay? And so, we get something like this. At the moment, you can see that it's looking really long. It's really far past our UV space here, okay? So it's stretched out quite a bit and squished in. So we're also going to go ahead and adjust those things as well, alright? So next thing that you'll probably want to go ahead and deal with is if we actually grab this little handle guy right here, we can bring this in and out, alright? And it's going to help a lot just with being able to kind of picture things clearly. We don't want something way out here. It's a little difficult to deal with. So make sure that you take a look at Sharky from the front here, and you just want to use that center handle to bring this circle in, okay? And you just want to bring it in, almost to the tips of the fins here, okay? You don't want to bring it in too far, or you don't want it way out. Just bring it to just kind of that area where it's just sitting right at the tip of the pectoral fins, okay? Next thing that we're going to go ahead and deal with is taking care of this really elongated sort of thing we've got going on, alright? I'm just going to grab this little green handle here, okay? And you can see now I can pull my cylinder out, okay? So we really just want to pull it out. It helps to look from the side as well when you're doing this, okay? We just want to pull it out so that it's just past the tip of the nose and just past the tip of the tail, so that we have all of Sharky encompassed within our cylinder map, alright? So once we've done that, we do get something like this, which is exactly how you had it at the beginning there, which is, oriented correctly, but we want that seam to be down this center line rather than going along the edge of Sharky, so we have to rotate this cylinder just a little bit to change the location of that seam, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to my attribute editor here, and I'm going to rotate my cylinder, my UV cylinder that I've got over here. I'm going to rotate it in the Y direction, which is this center box, by 90 degrees, okay? So just put 90. And when I do that, it has changed the location of the seam by rotating it around Sharky's body to now be on the underside of Sharky rather than on the side. So we just kind of moved it over to the bottom here. All right, so after that is done, we should get something like this, which is what you'll be seeing in the book, all right? And also in the video, okay? So I'd suggest to go ahead and start making sure you get your new UV map oriented correctly. And once you've dealt with that, you can start following along with the video again, and it should all look relatively the same, just about like this. Okay, so it'll just be a process of, again, just unfolding things, relaxing things, and I think you've probably had a bit of practice at this now. It does get easier as you